Hi, this is Swati Shalini. I am a professional Scrum Master. I am a computer science engineering graduate from BTU and ePGDM Master from Alliance University. I have overall 9+ years of experience, and during my career, I worked with Siemens, Capgemini, Wipro, and grown organically with Accenture as a techno functional role. I was a part of program and project management in Agile environment, and currently as a project lead in Scrum project management as a Scrum Master. My certification includes professional Scrum Master, professional Scrum Product Owner, and certified Scrum Developer from Avanade. Also did some training and certified in mbox.net and Lean Six Sigma Green Belt. So today we are going to discuss about Agile model and how we are doing agile planning and doing estimation and how estimates and retrospective are connected. So let's get started. What are the requirements in agile? What are the user stories? What are the artifacts and how overall it works? So first of all, let's quickly discuss about agile. So what agile principles and what is the manifesto, what are the documentation in that, and what model especially agile follow while doing this estimation. So agile principles are usually 12 and it carry all the benefit and the what scrum framework contains the requirement that contains the agile principle. So agile is an umbrella, it's a methodology. Under that, multiple frameworks are there, methodologies are there. We have lean, we have kanban, we have scrum, we have crystal methodology, we have extreme programming. So all the framework is having different role. Okay, so your lean is a single board. We work for ticket production, cycling time, which eliminates the waste. Kanban is usually work for work in progress, cycle time, visualize workflow. And scrum work on a smart board, like you have Jira, Azure DevOps, Rally, etc. And it is a framework which works to help the people and team and or to solve, give a solution of a complex problem in an iterative and incremental approach. Today we are going to discuss all this stuff in a scrum framework. And then crystal methodology, it is usually a count of the size of the project where we do the PPI in value. And extreme programming, we work on a software central centric project and large critical project. We have a high cost and we follow the expert engineering in that. So all the frameworks are really good in agile. And in particularly scrum model, the principle behind scrum and agile are that it is mainly concentrate on the it satisfy the customer through a continuous integration and continuous development. Nowadays it is very much teams is focusing on DevOps culture, where dev and operational team are working together, and then with agile where business development and operation, all people will come together to give this continuous integration and continuous delivery. They have the agility to change the requirement. They work to deliver in software in a small chunks and frequently. And there will be business people, developers, operation, everybody work together, collaboration is there. They focus on individual and interaction, motivate the team, build a project, convey the information via face to face rather than going on a more than process oriented, and working on a software as a primary measure of progress. So a sustainable pace, a constant pace, that is the mantra here, which work independently. So when I said a sustainable pace and constant pace, it's not just that someone is working on multiple things and multitasking is not there and we have to concentrate on single. Definitely in scrum we concentrate on product goal, and we fulfill the give the incremental software and product with your completing all your product backlog. But it is mainly on a velocity. So when we discuss about the estimation, we will understand more about the story point, we will understand about the velocity, and that velocity each sprint, how they follow the sustainable pace, we will understand that part. Okay, so that is one of the agile principle. And continuous attention on technical excellence. Team is self independent, creative, simplicity is their maximum amount of work, should be there in a small chunks. And yeah, they are self organized, and it's a tune behavior. When you come on the scrum especially, so it is all everything is similar. Here we have a cross functional team. In Kanban you have a specialist, and here we have a cross functional independent self managed team. We focus on a customer, and everybody, all scrum team interact with your client and stakeholder. We have a visibility, we follow the uh, scrum value, and the empiricism, which is your transparency, adaptation, inspection, and adaptation. We should go, and all three are there. The flow will be transparency, inspection, and adaptation. Because when you go to the event, if you have a transparency, then you'll be more okay to comfortable go with the inspection. And once you do the inspection, then as per your inspecting the thing, you can adapt that thing. So without adapting, inspection is incomplete, and without inspection, adaptation cannot be held properly, right? What values scrum follow? They have courage, openness, focus, commitment, and respect with the team member. Okay, so these are all about the scrum. Now before we get into the epic user story task, let's quickly discuss the artifacts. What all are the artifacts in your scrum? We have just discussed the other values and the pillars. So artifacts, you have product backlog, sprint backlog, and definition of done. So your product backlog is a commitment for your product goal. Sprint backlog is committed with your sprint goal, and DOD, that is your definition of done, is committed with your increment, which is your potentially shippable product. That is your increment. That is also count in a Scrum as MVP, minimum viable product. So I have discussed these things Scrum in detail in my of the video. When you go to the channel, you will get in detail video. I recommend, if you understand more on Scrum framework, on a theory part, or a entire Scrum framework as per Scrum guide, you should definitely watch that. Now coming into that, the agenda of this module, and what we have organizing this Scrum model, because we want to know more on the relationship between how Scrum estimates and the retrospective are connected, how Scrum model work in a practical way in an organization in day-to-day basis. Okay, so here when we talk on the requirement in agile and the user story, so requirement will come in the form of user story. Your epic is there. Epic is your bigger, larger requirement. Like you, client will ask you to create an online shopping web application. Okay, so your online shopping application is your epic. In that, what you will do, you will create a user story. Okay, what you will do, you will follow the user story, where there are multiple format, but you can follow in that anyone which is giving acceptance criteria by your particular team. So usually when your client has asked, okay, create an online shopping epic, in that what you do, you will create number of user story, what customer is needing, like 6 7 whatever is required, you will divide your work, right? So as a, what is you the role, I want to, what is the target, and so that what is the benefit. This is the format we have followed here. So as a shopper, I want to view a list of products so that I can select some product to purchase. This is a example of one user story, right? Another user story: as a user, I want to add a product in a cart and complete payment, so that this thing it should reflect in my order. Then like that you can create multiple user story. Again, you will be having the acceptance criteria there. What are the acceptance criteria? So you will see customer will ask, this is your objective DOD should be there, what? So accordingly the team will work. See the thumbnail image in each product. Click when you click to view, then you can see the details. When you click to order details, you will be see all the order. When you when you click on add to cart from the detail page, search for a product, view product by the category. Like that you will be having a multiple acceptance criteria. So when you click on Jira create issue, you will be asked for the creating selecting the project. You are going to select, and after that you need to select the issue type. So what all are the issue type? In that you will be having your user story, you will be having task, you will be having subtask. So as per your work, when the requirement will come in the form of user story, you will divide your epic into multiple user story, say 7 user story. In that in that also you will do the estimation, and based on that the development team will divide their work into task and subtask, right? So you are having a team. Okay, so we'll look into the next slide and let me show you how the team structure will be there, who all are there. You will be having one a designer, a developer, a tester, a database person. So and you will follow a full iteration cycle: the designing, development, testing, and then deployment. When you come on the subtask, when you create a issue type as a subtask, then you create a class diagram, you can create a design a database schema, you can design a prototype. Like that you can do. So let me show you practically what all things will be there. Okay, so this is an example I have taken. So you have total, one second, let me, we have 8 team member. We have 3 developer, we have 2 tester, 1 DB, 1 Scrum Master, and 1 product owner. That is E to H. Now, this tracker will be maintained by a Scrum Master. He will maintain the employee ID, the name, the email ID, contact number, the project ID, if particular project when the team will get deployed. So that project ID will get created by the project manager, those ID, and the reporting manager. And every 15 days we call 1 to 15 is first fortnight, and then you have, if you select the 16 to 30 31st, that will be your second fortnight, right? So here I have taken example of sprint 4. We are in sprint 4, we have completed 3 sprint, we are on a sprint 4, and you have each day. So if a team member will take leave of half day, it will be H. Then if full day, then it will be F. So as per that, that verification has been given, like vacation is there, sick leave is there, if team member is involved in training, weekend support, holiday. So these bifurcation is there, and if a team member is billing to the client, then you will be having B. Okay, so why I'm explaining this thing? Because when you do estimation, when you do the capacity planning, you will be having productive hours and non-productive hours. So when a team member will get involved, definitely when leave is there, so that will be counted as leave and billing won't be there. And uh, so see here, no, here one person has taken vacation on this date, so accordingly it will be counted. If you go to another sprint, again some other count will be there. See, work from home, or some or weekend support, sorry, half day, it will be like that. So when a team member will involve in any of the ceremonies or any catch-ups, that will count as that non-productive hours. So in a day, if person is having 9 hours and team is giving 15 minute to daily scrum, and then say around 1 hour one day is refinement meeting or planning, whatever ceremonies we have, so usually 6.5 hours or maximum 7 hours we take as a productive hours. Remaining will be non-productive hours. If you have a leave, then what will happen? You project manager, when I let me show you the next slide, the role here, the project manager role, right? So project manager will do make matrices and a report for your governance, compliance, a resource board and costing. In that, what they will do, it will create a employee list, okay, with their project id, which id it has been tagged, how many days the person is available, how many days it's on leave, and what will be the costing, what should be the purchase order and all that, a project manager will maintain this. Okay, so you'll be, it vary organization to organization, and it will be accordingly your team to team, your this report will be like that. So here the networking days, it will be 13 accordingly, like complementary, if leave is there, we can support how many days. So like that the data is entered here. Now when a project manager, let me start with that only, when a project manager will do the costing part, so what will happen, how he will calculate a bill rate. So I have say 4 team member, okay, in a particular sprint. Okay, this I have taken example of your sprint one, when I have a less member, and only for developers, like development team, this data is there. So I have 4 member, one person has taken leave for 4 days, next is 2 days, and one is on 5, so total 11 days, right? So this is overall 11 days of leave. So each employee, based on that how many holiday or leave he has taken, we will fill here. And it is, this excel is based on macros, so we will google it that on a particular day what is your dollar in a Indian rupee. Based on that you can give it, and if you change, then if I say 45, if I'll give, see your this total invoice count will get changed. So like that you can actually do it, and every organization they will be having, and this calculate, they will calculate the cost and all. Okay, so this will be your overall data, that each employee who is tagged to particular id, and how they will means your scrum master will maintain this data, and it will be sharing with the team every 15 days or a fortnight. Okay, so now who all are there in the scrum team, right? So you will be having, so we have already discussed that we have 3 developer, 2 tester, 1 db, scrum master and product owner. So this all is your actually your scrum team. Okay, and these people what I have mentioned, this is your development team. So developer will be accountable to build the increment. They will create a sprint forecast and plan in a sprint planning meeting, and they will, in a daily scrum, they will update your sprint backlog and track the progress of sprint goal. Okay, okay. Now project manager we have discussed. Now scrum master and the product owner. So when we are talking on account of estimation and all, so your scrum master should facilitate the planning poker session, and scrum team member will participate in the planning poker session by providing estimate to each user story, and scrum master will ensure that all the event ceremonies happen on time box, and everyone understand the purpose of that. This scrum and agile should establish in a team properly, and meeting it should be positive and productive, and it should be within time box. Okay, what your product owner will do, your product owner will prioritize the list of user story. Okay, so you have taken online shopping, right? So product owner will get the requirement from the client, prioritize it. So product owner will prioritize your user story. So your requirement will come in the form of user story. He will break the epic in the user story, and then the scrum team will get involved into your refinement and the grooming session. In that they will start the estimation. In that they will be having your they will keep ready of your definition of done and your definition of sorry a definition. They will understand the objective or definition of done, and they will keep ready your DOR, that is your definition of ready. Okay, so your definition of ready will be your product backlog, which is get divided into user story, and which all are accepted by the development team. Okay, this is acceptable, this is doable, and we can plan in a particular sprint planning meeting. That will be your DOR. If any changes will be there, that scope changing or any requirement changing, that can happen any point of time in the particular sprint. Okay, so you have that acceptance criteria. As we discussed that what all kind of acceptance criteria will be there. Product owner will take a decision when the release will happen, and that doesn't matter like you need to wait for a release for a particular sprint review, but any point of time release can happen. And in a review meeting they will look into your demo. The client will look into the demo, and they will inspect the increment and adapt your product backlog. So outcome of the sprint increment will look into the sprint review. Okay, so these are the roles in a scrum. Now Scrum, yeah. So as we discussed, like what all sprint time box and event, what all events are there in sprint. So there are 5 events, 5 ceremony. So the sprint is a container. It's a heart of the sprint, and it contain all the events in that. That is your sprint planning, daily scrum, sprint review, and sprint retrospective. So your sprint will be 2 week to 4 week, generally 1 month or less. Your sprint planning will be for 8 hours, usually 4 hours to 8 hours actually, and daily scrum will be for 15 minutes, and a sprint review will be 4 hours maximum, and sprint retrospective is 3 hours. So in your sprint planning only scrum team can participate, who all are there, the 3 roles accountable, right, product owner, scrum master, and the development team. But if a team need and a suggestion or expertise, then they can invite a people, the scrum team can invite a people to take a technical advice in that in your sprint planning meeting, right. They plan the they plan the sprint, and they will set a sprint goal. That sprint goal will set by scrum team, and they will pull the backlog PBI, product backlog item from a sprint backlog, and they will see how they will execute in that. So your sprint backlog contain your PBIs, your sprint goal, and how it will going to deliver. And they will look when they create when they plan their sprint backlog and creation. So they will look the past performance, and they will accordingly they look into the capacity. So it is very important that it will in your refinement meaning only they will plan a capacity, right. So I will just discuss here. Let me show you. 1 second. So they will estimate the story point. So your velocity will be say you are having when you are planning, you are having a user story say 1, and then okay yeah. So see what we will do, we will you have a user story say 2. Okay, we will take example like that. And for a particular user story 1, you have developer, tester, DB, everyone. They say for that 20 hour will be there to complete this particular user story. Other will say 30 hour, then they will say 50 hour, then they will say anything they can say as per that. Then what you will do, you will say okay, you have given me 30, 35, 25, 30. Okay, so in that what should be chosen, right? So what they will do, they will choose the, they will remove, lower is 25, higher is 35, so they will choose a middle finger, that is your 30. So for 30, what you have done as per your Fibonacci series, for 30 you have chosen, for 30 hour you have chosen a story point of 3. Okay, so like that, they will do this activity like 2 3 times. As per that they will decide. Okay, so they will participate in this planning poker session by providing the estimate for each user story, and in that user, means product owner, can tell them, influence them, no, this is the priority by the client, and you need to prioritize the list of user story as per that. And Scrum Master will facilitate this planning poker session. Okay, and like that they will choose a user story. Okay, for user story 1, they have a taken, for a particular say user story, a story point of say 5. Okay, so accordingly they will choose the story point, say here 3, then again 2. So like that what they will do, they will choose, they will do this session again and again, and after that they will choose a reference point. Okay, so what they did, let's do this here only. So in the first they have chosen a 30, so they have chosen 3. Okay, in that again when they said, what should be the, what should be the, uh, this reference point, and how much time it's going to take, then some other person will say no, this is more complex, and these many item need to be added here. Okay, so based on the discussion, team will get to know, okay, no, this should be added, this should be the acceptance criteria, and the complexity is more, it should be 55, it should be 40. Then again they will choose, okay, 50, then again the reference point will be accordingly 5. Like that what they will do, they will choose a reference point. Okay, so say your reference point is 5. Okay, how you will choose, you have a bigger mountain. Okay, when you need to climb a mountain, you have chosen a reference mountain. Okay, this 5 is my story point. Now based on your other user story, whatever you have in your bucket, you will choose relative to this story point. This is your relative estimation. Okay, so you have your capacity. Okay, you have taken your capacity, and you have taken your story point, and you will do the estimation. Okay, so like that when you choose the your story point 5, 3, 2, 1, like that, then the addition of this story point is this 11, right? Sum is 11, so addition of this story point is your velocity. Okay, okay, so in we have discussed till daily scrum, right? So in daily scrum no external people will get added. Your product owner and scrum master is not required. If they are involving in the development, then they can participate, and developer will inspect the progress of next 24 hours and update the sprint backlog accordingly. Okay, and sprint goal status will be monitored by the development team, how things are going on, and your product goal will be monitored by the product owner and the scrum team. And all, when your multiple sprint goal will come together, it will reach to a sprint, multiple sprint will reach to a sprint goal, and multiple sprint will reach to your product goal, that is your increment, right? So sprint goal will reach to sprint agenda, and multiple sprint will, when combined together, it will reach to product goal, that is your agenda for the increment. Okay, the next is sprint review. We have discussed that we will look into the outcome and increment and all, and the scrum team will collaborate with the stakeholder. Sprint retrospective, that will inspect the development process and identify the improvement like individual and interaction processes and tool, and what is the definition of done, and what are the improvement added to the sprint product backlog, and they will adapt in the definition of done. So here we have say 5 sprint. The sprint can be 1 month and less. Usually sprint duration will be constant. Very rare it will get changed, but I have just taken an example. So usually it is 2 week, 2 week, 2 week, and based on the client requirement, it might be 2 week and then 3 week. So like that, changes can happen, but practically uh, uh, they focus because as per the velocity, if your velocity has been chosen like 18, so the flexibility will be less because they follow a constant pace like see you have see, as we have discussed, your productive hour and non-productive hour, right? So we have taken example like productive hour will be 6.5. So 6.5 into 10, that is your 65 hours. So particular employee, we have this total capacity will be 241 hours. Okay, available capacity, and maximum capacity if they have worked for this uh, 8 hours, that it will be your 325 hours. Okay, as per their availability, it is 65 241 hours, right? So as per this is my velocity. Okay, and projected velocity I want to now projected velocity till sprint 4 we have already seen. Okay, till sprint 4 this is my velocity. Okay, I will calculate the projected velocity. The here the lower base 325 is my maximum, so 325 hour is my maximum capacity. Okay, this pink color is 325. In that, what is the lower finger? It is 32. What is the highest finger? This is 40. What is the middle finger? That is 38. So we have taken a reference of 38. Okay, so 38 divided by 325 into what is the capacity you have for particular sprint 5? 265. Your projected velocity will be 31 and 32. So as per that, what will be your overall sustainable pace? That's what I was talking that time. So your velocity uh, will it's varying, right? uh, Let me show like this. Okay, so for a sprint one, you have this velocity, you have this capacity, and you have this velocity. So what is your velocity usually? So see, you have a velocity, you can see here majorly on this is uh, 30, this is your 40, this is your 31, this is your 32, 25, 38, 31, 32 is your usual velocity, that is your sustainable pace. Okay, okay, so now we have gone through this sprint. Okay, now backlog items and all we have discussed. So you will be having some deadline, and you have to complete your work before that sprint. There is no gap in any of the sprint. Very rare sprint cancellation happen. Whenever the uh, uh, your sprint become obsolete, then only happen, but it is very very rare, and product owner can only take an accountability to do that. Okay, so we have taken an example where we have a 2 week of sprint. We are creating a project of online shopping, and we have taken 7 user story. Okay, okay, so how are the user story selected for a sprint and when? Okay, so we have a rule of Moscow. Okay, when you choose a user story, so we have a rule of Moscow. It is written, see, particular user story one I have written M, user story I have written C, then W, and then M. What is that? MOSCO W. So M is your must have, S is your should have, C is your could have, and W is your won't have. Okay, so Moscow must have, should have, could have, and won't have. So user story 1 I have taken must have, user story 2 could have, and user story 3 won't have, and user story 4 must have. So like that, I have followed this iterative approach, your design, development, testing, deployment in a Moscow format layer, right? Your user story, whatever you have taken, it should have passed both acceptance criteria and definition of done. So your definition of your what is your acceptance criteria? That your team has accepted that it is doable, can be done, and this user story is ready. That is your DOR. What is your DOD? It should pass the both acceptance criteria and DOD. That is what is the objective of that particular sprint, that meet the objective of that sprint. That is your DOD. So your Moscow should pass all the things, whatever feature you will choose to execute. Okay. Okay. So what we have done, we have taken some user story for sprint 1, that is your 2 week of time. Okay, and in that what all things you are doing for, say, okay, let me give you one example. Okay, just a moment. um, what we will do, we will take a small example, and then in that okay, so we are creating an online shopping and we have taken a user story. Okay, particular user story has already been chosen. They have decided the story point. Okay, and in that they are doing this development, design, test, deployment, all the iteration approach. Okay, for while doing sprint 1, while when they start with the sprint 1, they have already done this refinement activity. Whenever it is required, it can be done anytime. Before sprint 2 will start, they will also plan in advance for the coming week, and that is your coming sprint. Okay, so yeah, so we have taken a user story that as a role I want to task, so that this is a benefit. As a department manager, I want to fetch the order placed every day so that the order analysis can be made. So here should have, we have taken this is your this full user story. The story point the team has estimated as 30. Now, when your story point will come as 13, or usually actually 8 also, this means it is still in a form of epic, it is a bigger, and it should divide it into still smaller chunks. So usually in a practical till 5, they start working on that particular user story. If it is 8, 13, then they will again divide it into that user story into task and subtask. So that's why I've taken an example. I have given a story point as 13. Now this user story we will divide into a smaller one, right? So as an end user, I want to log into shop app so that I can add the item to the cart. Okay, so this is my must have requirement. I have taken a story point as 8. Okay, so what we did in we go into the sprint planning meeting. Usually it is 4 to 8 hours. Okay, so all the product owner, scrum master, development team, entire scrum team vote for that story as we discussed, like agile estimate, and they follow the any model, any agile delivery model. They can follow planning and poker or t-shirt sizing, anything that can be done, and they will give a weightage for that story point. They will take a reference point. They will after that reference point, they will put a story point as per the relative estimation particular by following the Fibonacci series. Okay, so when the agile estimation, let's say, like we have taken an example, and we have taken a 7 member of a scrum team. okay, one product owner and one scrum master. And then in that we are going into a portfolio management, and you are handling multiple teams. You are a scrum master and you have 4 teams with you, and team 1, this is called a scrum of scrum. When you are when multiple teams are working for a particular product, so DoD will be the same. There should not be any dependency, and they will follow the scrum framework in their scrum full cycle scrum model independently all team. And the increment final DoD will be the common. So your team 1 will be 5 member, team 2 actually let's write here 10 or 9, because in a scrum team the team member should be between 3 to 9 or maximum 10. Okay, then again team 3 is 2 and team 4 is 8. Okay, so in that let's take an example and do this activity, that planning poker in Jira for Scrum. And the objective to complete one round of planning poker for a user story. And for this application what has asked, so my total story point like we discuss here, so we total story point for a particular sprint is 44. Okay, so this is my velocity for 2 weeks. So for my 2 week 44, say we have how many user story I have taken? 1, 2, 3, 4. These user stories committed for sprint 1. Okay, so 4 user story we have committed. So what are user story? So developer can pull any user story. There is no sequence. Okay, so they have to pull. What is pull method and what is push method? Push in the sense your product owner or manager will allocate the work, but in the Scrum we do not follow. It's a self-organized team. So development team pull the product backlog. So user story 1, 3, 6, 9 they have fetched 4 user story for one sprint 1. 10 days time is there, and what they have done, they have divided these user story into multiple tasks. Okay, and the total story point of particular sprint is 44. That is your velocity. Okay, so your product owner, scrum master and scrum team, what they will do, they will get into the refinement activity grooming session, and they will for, use the tool of planning poker, and they will estimate the user story. In that story point are a unit to measure of expressing the overall size of the user story, feature or other piece of work. So the number of story point associated with the user story is represent the size of the story. And when estimating with user story point, we assign a point value for each item. Okay, so we are estimating the size of each item. Like size, what will be your size, your effort, how you will assess, what all things you will look into that when you are doing, when you are saying no, this story point should be 2 or 3. So you are looking for that size. The complexity, what is the complexity, how much effort will be taken, and what all the uncertainty things. So effort, how long it is going to do that. Okay, so my capacity is, I am working for 65 hours. Scrum master will look, my effort is 65 hours. So how long it will take to do this particular user story, how much difficult it will be to do that, a developer will think. The complexity, uncertainty, how to ensure that we are on the requirement or implementation, and if there is any blocker, so based on that this story point can be estimated. It is not a promise, but it is a estimation for that refining session. So we will be using agile poker enterprise for this application. And what we will do, we will estimate, we will look into the 3 parameter we discussed. What we did, we did a capacity planning. We understand what is the hours my team is going to work, what is the capacity of each individual, what is the size of that user story, how much effort is going to put, and what is the complexity, uncertainty. Based on that story point has been chosen. That is my velocity. Your velocity has been chosen for particular sprint. Your work, then you will go into the sprint planning. Okay, after that your sprint planning with team, it will get started. Okay, so you will go to the sprint planning and you will pull the product backlog item. You will create your sprint backlog. Yeah, you will look into how to plan sprint goal, and whatever user story you will committed for that sprint, you will take those tasks, and in a Jira you will create a task, subtask, who will perform, right? Like you have a team member. So after that, developer will divide the user story. Assigning thing and all Scrum Master will do, or usually the lead and all also do. But you should have the understanding of full process as a Scrum Master. So who will perform, who to whom should be assigned, what is the business value for that, what is the estimation duration, like that you are going to choose. Okay, and like that each team member will assign their work on themselves, and they will complete all those user story. Okay, they will go into the daily scrum, they will track the progress, and then they will complete all those user stories. So whatever will get completed in particular sprint, only those user story will get, they have to give a demo in sprint review meeting. Whatever will not get completed, that will be get transfer again to the product backlog. Okay, and they will look how much the sprint goal has been achieved. Sprint goal cannot be endangered any point of time. Okay, it should be get monitored, and scope can get changed. Any requirement, if client will ask, no, I want this feature, I don't want that feature, that scope changes can be done. If anybody will ask developer to do those changes even directly, even a CEO of a organization, the developer should discuss, go to the product owner, discuss with them, and then product backlog management will be taken care by only product owner, and he will be the accountable to maximize the value of product backlog. He can assign this action to any of the developer, but the accountability will be only to the product owner. Okay, now the ceremonies we have already discussed, right? So your sprint planning meeting, what we did, the daily scrum, how what all three question, what is the plan for this next 24 hours. Okay, if there is any impediments, blocker, that will be taken care by your scrum master. Okay, and your sprint review, they will demo the product, stakeholder, they will discuss if there is any changes. Based on that, your product backlog will get updated. Your sprint retrospective, you will be monitoring, and you will be looking into the improvement, how your last sprint went well, what improvement can be done, what things went wrong, what things went right. Like this we are going to discuss in sprint retrospective. Okay, so agile tools, we have discussed the principle of agile methodology in starting. So what all are the agile tools? So in that we have multiple agile tools: Jira, Rally, Trello, Azure boards. Multiple agile tools are there. So agile is having four manifesto. It is whatever tool you use, but agile will work on a four manifesto. And with Scrum, it is individual and interaction over processes and tool, skillful people and committed people toward a common goal. Okay, so when we are talking on all these four manifesto will for all the framework. And with Scrum, like individual and interaction over processes and tool means skillful people and the committed people are there who work for a common goal, that is a sprint goal and the product goal. Okay, so actually product goal. And then working software over comprehensive document, your primary focus is to build on working product. Okay, not only the documentation part. Then customer collaboration over contract negotiation, like shared goal, your product goal. So build trust and have a working relationship with your customer, not only on email or on contract basis you are doing a negotiation, but based on your product goal, you should build a trust and have a working relationship with your customer. And then fourth one is responding to change over following a plan. You should have agility. The agile, that word only means agility. You have that flexibility, so that you can adapt, ready to you are flexible and ready to adapt that plan. Okay, so that is your agile manifesto. So in that, in these tools what I have given, so you have source control, you have team management tool, you have continuous integration tool, and you have a collaboration, tool. So this collaboration tool and all is your Confluence, your Jira, your Skype, your Teams, your Rally, your Trello, your Azure DevOps. This is also your Git, Azure DevOps, super subversion, CVS. This is also work for your source control for this GitHub and version control activity and the work. And then team management, again, it will go with the TFS, GitLab, Jenkins, and your continuous integration is your again Jira and Azure DevOps. So it multiple uses, right? Jira, Azure DevOps is having a multiple uses for this continuous integration, collaboration, team management, and source control. This is the four agenda for this agile tool. So I have given a detailed video for Jira work with Scrum and Agile board, and also Microsoft Azure DevOps in Scrum and Agile board. So you can go to my channel and look into those detailed video. It is 1 hour something, and you will get each and every step how we go with the workflow of entire Scrum project management. Okay, now let's start with some Jira work and how we have using the Jira uh, in your Scrum model. So Jira can be used as an administrator. People who is administrator to the project can use Jira, and people who work on issues in the project as a developer, as a Scrum master, as a product owner, or a user who log a issue in a project. Like if a product owner is working, divided dipping into user story, or a Scrum master is working, assigning user story to the people, or do any changes with your capacity management with different type of matrices, right? Your timesheet and multiple fields if Scrum master need to add in a field configuration or in project configuration, if need to add anything as per that, right? And definitely the development team will work on emergent software development, managing technical risk, your continuous quality integration, delivery, and optimizing that flow. Okay. So now, so I'm not going to explain in detail how we will create exactly in the Jira, that you can look into that video, but the steps I have given. So what all things you are going to work, how you will start creating a sprint in the Jira. So you'll go to the backlog in the board, you will create a sprint. There is a So you will be, when you created the Epic user story, Epic is divided into user story. The requirement has come in the form of user story. You have done all your estimation, right? And what you did, you have assigned, you have kept the business value, you have assignee, whatever fields, required fields were there, you are going to fill in all the issue type. And if you have any defect or bug, that thing is also there. And yeah, that will become when you will create an sprint. So when your user story, task and all, everything has been created, assignee has been done, you'll click on, means Scrum Master will click on create a sprint. The sprint will get started. Then you can add issue directly, after once the sprint has been created, you can so what Scrum Master will do, it will drag and drop that product backlog to the particular sprint, say sprint 1 or sprint 2. Start the sprint, it is ready. Then each task in the Jira has a relevant user story, task details, and the team member can work on it, collaborate, comment on it, put up feedback with the due date, and as a result each team member has a visibility of the entire project. Okay, so you will be having your Scrum board in that. Okay, so you will be having the Scrum board in that. Yeah, the workflow will be there. Yeah, so you'll be having the scrum board in that. So scrum board is used to visualize all the work in the given sprint, and during the sprint planning meeting, the team moves the item to the product backlog into a sprint backlog. And the scrum board can have so how this will start. So in your refinement, you have started with the sprint, right? In your sprint planning meeting, whatever work will be there, you have drag and drop your particular sprint. And in a scrum board can have multiple step in a workflow, like to do, in progress, and done. And then scrum board are the key component of increasing transparency, and where it is in work in progress stage or a done stage. If you are doing testing, or even anything is on priority, then you can add that swim lane additional column to expedite of that particular work. And accordingly, the in it is visible in a particular column. Okay, so you can go to Jira administration. Okay, you can go to the project setting, and Jira administration project setting, and then you can add a column, say quality testing, right? And you can whatever POC details are there, issue details are there, you can add there. Additional column can be added, and any issue details of POC should be added. Whatever is required, or any access has to be given, you can go on a issue type, bug story, test, epic, anything, and you can do the changes, right? If you are awaiting response, you can add that comment and awaiting response, and you can do the required changes in searching the issue. So the basic, like, you need to navigate and you need to explore these areas, and you can look into work when you create a sprint in a Jira. Okay, now what all other activity we have? So let's look into that. Okay, yeah, so you will go to the user management and add a group. You can, as I just told in the previous slide, like permission and notification, you can add a group name and all. You can do that in Jira. Okay, so you can use Jira in setting up a project and all. You can go to project setting, Jira setting, issue, field configuration, and yeah, so you can do these changes. And you can add a group based on the acceptance criteria, or any permission or notification you need to rename the group. You can actually explore and definitely do those actions. Okay, now agile introduction. Okay, so I'll quickly take you through on the agile introduction. So framework in agile, Scrum, XP, Kanban, safe, in a short, and in a around, say, a 5 minute of time, and we can quickly go through all those topic. Okay, so Scrum we have already seen, like what are things you have in Scrum, and before that we will discuss on these framework. So you just understand, when you are working with Jira, so what is your defect life cycle? When you created an issue, there is a bug, right? So when the development work is ongoing and any issue has come up, that is called bug. When the development work is done and then a issue is coming, that is called your defect, which can be looked into in UAT and product owner. And when the bug will come, when the product when your work has been assigned to a developer, it is ongoing state. Developer will look into that bug, review, click on progress, and solve that. Again, the tester will look into that. It will decide whether it is open state, or it should be in a project, means bug is resolved, and like that it can be done. But if it is still the issue is there and it is not fixed by a developer, again that issue will get reopened, and again this cycle will continues, and the QA will check the issue is resolved or not. Once the issue is resolved, the QA will close the issue. Okay, so in that Jira, we create the issue, bug is there, test case is failed, they start the process in progress state, resolve the issue, reopen the issue. Then again, if it is in progress, again it will be fixing by the developer, otherwise issue is resolved, then close the issue.
right? So this thing will be done in your uh, uh, framework. Now when we are on a agile introduction, so we have already discussed agile manifesto, agile principle, what all the there are, so what exactly agile adoption. Okay, so it is respond to change, faster delivery, increase quality, maximize the business value, waste elimination, and continuous improvement. This agile is based on your invest model. Now we are on a scrum model where we are looking into estimation, right? So agile best practice is used to writing the user story in the product backlog, and it is based on which model? That is based on invest model, right? When you are creating a user story in a agile, that is based on an invest model. The full form of invest is independent, negotiable, valuable, estimable, size approximately or small, and testable. So when you are taking a user story, it should be in which agile model? Invest model. Means your user story should be independent, negotiable, valuable, estimable, size appropriately. We have to make a small size, and testable. If these are the challenges come in a real life practice, that your user story has not been broken down properly, splitting into properly, then it should be done. They should be come into the picture. The team should be vocal enough to speak up, and scrum master should work, that they should understand their rights, they should understand the framework, they should understand this model methodology, and they should have that courage to speak up. They respect each other, they have openness, transparency, and they have that agility to work around. If a product owner is not able to bring up the clarity on that, your product backlog should transparent, and team should ask the question, and it should a collaborative meeting every time, and they should understand it is transparent and everything is visible by everyone. So your user story will be valuable, and size it appropriately, then challenges will be less. Yeah, technical depth is also one of the reason for these challenges. But when you are doing your relative estimation story point properly, and when you are putting a comment everything properly, then your technical depth can be managed, right? So you can maximize the value, like your product output and your business output, like that you will be measuring the result and making the improvement in a continuous loop, right? So you will be having four key value area as a product owner when you are working into agile and scrum module. Like, what is your current value, what is the time to market, when how your product and software, how much it is competitive, in that product owner will do market research and all, how it is competitive, when is it getting released, whether it is on time to market or not, what is the current value, and if your team is working in a innovative a way or not, and they have that unrealized value, but how it is get resolved, and how what is the ability to innovate, right? Your technical and business environment should constantly evolve. That is one of the thing we follow in scrum, that is your cone of uncertainty, where your v is one is technical environment, what is business environment, and that should constantly involve. In starting, the things will be less known, that is your complex product, and as soon as very little things will be known, few requirements come up, and then more things are unknown, that is only a complex problem. And as things means start up with the project comparatively, it will work result, and uncertainty will become less, and as more it is learned, uncertainty will tends to decrease, right? So you will concentrate or your capacity planning. What is your capacity, right? What is your velocity per sprint? The average velocity will be what? Your sprint 1 work, sprint 2 work, and sprint 3 work, right? So what is your velocity of sprint 1? Say 44, sprint 2 40, sprint 3 38, and then divided by 3, that is your number of sprint, that is your velocity. So you need to look into that. When we are on framework of agile and scrum, so scrum master should understand and applying the scrum framework within organization, within team, all means establish the empiricism values, and the event should be time box, and scaling the team in a proper way. If handling multiple teams, then dependency should be less and your duty should be common, right? So developing people and team, good people manager, people management skill, and self, the team will be self managing. So good facilitation should be there, a true leader, and they, he should or she should think in a leadership style, and then coaching, mentoring, and teaching should be given in a proper way. Your product owner will maximize the value, right, of the product backlog, look into the forecasting, estimate the timeline of the sprint, what is the client customer want, and what client prioritization are there, changes in the scope, work with the people, and the work on the product vision, work on the release planning, product value, definitely. Your product backlog will never final, it will be keep changing. So product backlog management, your business strategy, and your stakeholder and the customer. So overall, product owner and scrum master work together, and what if there is no project manager actually in scrum and agile framework and methodology. So product owner and scrum master take care of those part and evolving into the agile in a organization, organize that, a portfolio managing, and that evidence based management they follow and grown organically along with the team. Now your extreme programming. So extreme programming follow the principle, all the principle of the agile will be same. They work on the communication, the customer developer track, engineering practices will be there. They also follow the feedback and the communication, right? They have that local development team fix a timeline project, and they follow on automation testing, bdd, and velocity, look into the velocity and the region of change and all. Again, your Kanban will be your work on eliminate waste, it work on the workflow, and work on the limit work in progress, create improve on collaboration, and the team will be specialized, visualize the workflow, and yeah, yeah. So defer the uncertainty and the follow the integrity. Your lean and safe software development, eliminate waste, rapid delivery, amplifying the learning, team empowerment will be there, multiple teams managing, and portfolio management, and defer the uncertainty and incorporate the integrity, right? In your agile, we have already discussed the methodology and all, and in your agile contract, and multiple this documentations are there. So one of the few of the famous like contracting, like service based staff augmentation, fixed fee, time and material. So what we have seen here example, I'll just show you, this is an example of time and material. This is example of time and material. You have a 4 team member, and based on the number of working days, you have a particular bill rate, and in that when you removing the leave, and your effective working days, based on that billing will go. That is your time and material. Staff augmentation or a managed service, that for a particular project, you client has given a particular budget and amount, and in that you are managing all your iteration cycle and all the sprint, and in that budget you are making a profit as well as you are delivering to the as well, right? So yeah, so team is work harder, not on the bros, but actually work on the product, and there is a full interaction between team and the client. Okay, so I'm going to conclude here the session. We have gone through all those sections. Uh, yeah, so I really hope you have liked this video. Please like, subscribe, and click on the bell icon. Thank you so much for your time, and see you very soon in the next video. Thank you.